Japan considered that a more closely integrated Asian functioning as a hub of regional cooperation is important for the stability and prosperity of Japan, Asia, and all of East Asia, so we fully support the Asian's effort to enhance its connectivity.
The present interpretation of Japanese foreign policy applies an emic model based on primary sources from the greatest East Asian region and includes that the model of harmony through holistic engagement show considerable explanatory traction in interpreting the direction and development of Japanese foreign policy, in particularly in the last 2 to 3 decades.
Japan's main priorities when drafting foreign policy include 1. Making proactive contributions to peace. 2. Promoting Japan's national interest. And 3. Working together with others on global issues.
Prime Minister Shinzo Abe's three-pronged approach dubbed Abenomics and launched in 2013 combines fiscal expansion, monetary easing, and structural reform. Its immediate goal is to boost domestic demand and gross domestic product (GDP) growth while raising inflation to 2%.
Japan and this nation have common interests in maintaining and developing the free trade and market economy system. It is Japan's basic foreign policy to maintain strong solidarity and close cooperation with these Western democracies on a broad range of international political and economic fields.
Japan is a great power and a member of numerous international organizations, including the United Nations. Since 1956, the OECD and the Group 7, although it has renounced its right to declare war, the country maintains self-defense forces that rank as one of the world's strongest militaries.
The mission of Japan's foreign policy is to maintain Japan's peace and security, defend basic values of freedom and democracy, and ensure a prosperous life for its people. Japan's economy was the world's second largest behind the US from 1968 until 2010, when it was overtaken by China. Its gross domestic product (GDP) in 2016 was estimated to be $4.7 trillion, and its population of 126.9 million enjoys a high standard of living, with per capita GDP of just below $40,000 in 2015. After World War II, Japan experienced record growth, an economic miracle, becoming the second largest economy in the world by 1990. As of 2021, the country's economy is the third largest by nominal GDP and the fourth largest by PPP. Japan has close economic and military relations with the United States, with which it maintains a security alliance. The United States is a major market for Japanese exports and a major source of Japanese imports, and is committed to defending the country with military base in Japan. Japan's relationship with South Korea had historically been strained because of Japan's treatment of Koreans during Japanese colonial rule, particularly over the issue of Japan's military using Korean comfort women in World War II. In 2015, Japan agreed to settle the comfort women dispute with South Korea by issuing a formal apology and paying money to the surviving comfort women. Japan is engaged in several territorial disputes with North Korea, South Korea, Russia, China, and Taiwan. Relations with Russia have been strained due to Japan's rejection of Russian control of the southern Kuril Island since 1945. The primary responsibility for the Japanese foreign policy as determined by the 1947 Constitution, is exercised by the Cabinet and subject to the overall supervision of the National Diet. The Prime Minister is required to make periodic reports on foreign relations to the Diet, whose upper and lower houses each have a Foreign Affairs Committee. Each committee reports on its deliberations to plenary sessions of the chamber to which it belongs. Special committees are formed occasionally to consider special. Diet members have the right to raise pertinent policy questions, officially termed interpellations, to the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Prime Minister. Treaties with foreign countries require ratifications by the Diet. As head of state, the emperor performs the ceremonial functions of receiving foreign envoys and attesting to foreign treaties ratified by the Diet. Before 1945, the emperor had a major voice in setting policy. Constitutionally, since 1945, the dominant figure in the political system, the Prime Minister has the final word in major foreign policy decisions. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, a senior member of the Cabinet, acts as the Prime Minister chief advisor in matters of planning and implementation. The minister is assisted by the two vice ministers, one in charge of administration, who was at the apex of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs structure as its senior career official, and the other in charge of political liaison with the Diet.